Exclusive contract from Feilu Novel Network Novel. Online game. Summoning Magic Dianwei at the beginning, White Knight enters the Phantom World and awakens the SSS level talent, Soul Summoning. Summoning of Undead, SSS. When using the Summoning of Undead skill, there is an opportunity to trigger the Summoning of Undead, summoning souls from any time and space. White Knight has released the skill Undead Summoning. Ding. Trigger talent Speciality. Summoning of the Undead. You release the Undead Summon and summon the Lord level creature. Mo Dianwei. You summon. Ghost General Lu Bu. You summon. Demons. Holy Lord, you summon. Dreus. Wine Sword Immortal. Eastern Emperor. You launch the Undead Scourge and summon a legion of 100,000 ghosts and shadows. Just when Bai Ye thought he was going to dominate the game. A self from 10 years later, telling him countless secrets. In 5 years, the game will merge with reality. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Supreme Game Warehouse. SSS level talent expertise. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Congratulations sir, you have won our company's special prize, a supreme level game warehouse in the Phantom World. Facing a pair of envious, jealous and hateful eyes. Bai Ye's face was filled with confusion. Looking at the white lottery ticket in hand. Did you win the prize now? A supreme gaming cabin worth 5 million yuan. He just went out to buy a dish and grabbed it casually when he saw the lottery. In the narrow apartment, there is a silver-white game room that shines brightly. Sitting in bed at night, there is a feeling of dreaming. Online game Fantasy World is a virtual online game that has emerged. The second world that claims to be 100% completely real. Once released, it has already become popular worldwide. And the Ultimate Game Warehouse has only released less than 100,000 units worldwide. It was already sold out when it was just released. In the black market, a top-level game warehouse has been sold for 5 million yuan. 5 million. Can he earn so much money in his lifetime? Should we sell it now? Looking at the ceiling, Bai Ye's eyes were full of confusion. Sell it and have a worry-free life. However, I always feel a bit unwilling. Online game Fantasy World is destined to be a cross-generational product. This game is full of various opportunities, as long as he can seize them. Don't say it's 5 million. It's 50 million. It's not impossible either. The Ultimate Game Cabin allows players to randomly select a talent upon entering the game. Start by surpassing ordinary players. Is it for sale or not for sale? Countless thoughts flashed through my mind, and Bai Ye's conflicted gaze gradually identified them. Not for sale. The opportunity is right in front of him, and if he gives up, he will regret it for a lifetime. I already have nothing, are you afraid of losing anything? What else can he lose? It's a big deal to start over. The day of game server opening is gradually approaching. During these 2 days, Bai Ye prepared a full 3 months of rations. There is no basic information about the game on the forum. Opening the official website of the Phantom World, Bai Ye felt a bit puzzled. Even if you don't provide any strategy when opening a game server, at least you should disclose your profession and background information, right? Perhaps to allow players to explore on their own. Although it's a bit far-fetched. But it can also barely explain the past. Time passed by little, and finally it was time for the game server to open. Ding! Welcome to the Phantom World. The cold battlefield is burning with flames. The corpses of countless races collapsed on the battlefield. The silver steel torrent collides with the black Great Wall. Bloody. Cruel, this is war. Okay. Real, the scene in front of Bai Ye widened her eyes and took a deep breath. Is this level of authenticity true? Is it really something that a game can do? He even felt like he had traveled into a real world. Dear player, before entering the game, please give yourself an iconic name. The Stars of the White Knight. Nickname has no duplicates and can be used. Ding dong. Detected the supreme level game compartment, obtaining 1 talent draw. Do you want to draw? A huge spinning wheel appeared before my eyes. On the colorful turntable, there are countless talents and specialties scattered. Bai Ye took a deep breath. Lottery. Obtain the only talent specialty. Summoning of the Dead, SSS, Summon of the Dead, SSS. When using the Summon of the Dead skill, there is an opportunity to trigger the Summon of the Dead, summoning souls from any time and space. Hiss. The only talent. Bai Ye took a cold breath. The talent and expertise in the illusion world, from low to high, are D, C, B, A, S, SS, and SSS. There are a total of 7 major levels. He actually drew the highest level of talent. Please choose a race. Human, Orc, Half-Orc, Elf, Night Elf, Dwarf. The gaze of Bai Ye swept across different races. Freeze on a human wearing a black robe with pale skin. Undead Clan, Undead Clan. A race formed by the reincarnation of deceased spirits, eroded by Yin Qi. Race talent. Body of the Dead, the power of undead skills increases by 20%, while death and dark skills save 20% damage and have a 20% chance of being immune to slaying and immediate death skills. Choose, Undead Tribe. His talent, Summoning of the Dead. It only applies to summoning skills of the undead type, so the race he chooses must be related to the undead. Race selection completed, please choose a profession. A series of professions flashed before my eyes. Undead Mages, Undead Assassins, Undead Warriors, Shadow Priests, Undead Summoner. White Knight's eyes lit up, that's it. After selecting a profession, it cannot be changed. Are you sure you want to choose the Undead Summoner? Yes. Dear player, I wish you a pleasant game. Schwa. In a flash, he appeared on a crowded square. The people ahead, hurry up. Why are there so many people? Don't block it. The noisy voices of discussion echoed in my ears. Bai Ye frowned and looked down at herself. Dressed in a black robe, with pale skin and sickly features, holding a wooden staff in the shape of a wooden stick. Player nickname. Starry Night level. 0 occupation. Undead Summoner race. Undead, attribute. HP, 100 magic. 100 strength. 10 physical fitness. 10 agility. 10 spirit. 10 talent specialization. Summoning of the Dead, SSS. When using summoning skills, there is an opportunity to trigger Summoning of the Dead and summon souls from other worlds. Race talent. Body of the Dead, the power of undead skills increases by 20%, while death and dark skills save 20% damage and have a 20% chance of being immune to slaying and immediate death skills. Skill. Summoning of the Undead equipment. New technique staff, novice clothes, novice pants gold coin. Silver coin X10A system equipped attribute free beginner suit, a basic skill, and 10 silver coins. This game is really stingy. What is 10 silver coins enough for? Bai Ye glanced at the potions sold at the novice village pharmacy. A set of low-level healing potions costs 20 silver, so you can only buy half a set. This game feels a bit realistic. Bai Ye's gaze was fixed on the heads of other players. There is a red status bar that will slide down when attacked. When the status bar slides to 0, the player will die. Commonly known as blood bar. Let's go take on a task first. Bai Ye opened the mini-map and walked towards the direction of 1008 Novice Village. At the village head, an old man with the sign of a novice village chief hanging on his head was surrounded by a group of players. Bai Ye struggled to squeeze in. After a conversation, an additional task appeared in the taskbar. Clear the magic disaster. First ring to the south of the village head, a group of roosters were infected by the demonic aura of the abyss and attacked many passers-by. The village chief entrusted you to clean up. Task level D. No level requirement. Task difficulty simple. Task deadline none. Task condition: collect 20 feathers of demonized roosters, 0/20. Task penalty none. Task reward silver coins x 10. Following the instructions of the mission, Bai Ye arrived at the south side of the village. I saw a group of players being tormented to death by black roosters. Big rooster infected with magic chi. Normal, level 1. Skills: pecking, patting. Note: attacks infected with demonic energy can make an irritable personality even more manic. I can't even beat a chicken, these guys are really useless. Bai Ye shook her head and watched the demonized attack on the corpse on the ground. Summoning of the Undead. Skill: Summoning of the Undead. Skill quality: basic. Skill introduction: after use, summon a undead creature from the corpse. The summoned undead can exist permanently, with random attributes and a 0.1 chance to summon a more powerful elite unit undead. Summoning quota: 0/1. Skill consumption: 10 magic points. Cooling time: none. Chapter 2. Summoning of the Undead. Magic Dianwei. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Summoning of the Undead. A dark and profound beam full of the power of death. Shine on the corpse of the demonized rooster. In an instant, the system's warning sounded in Bai Ye's ear. Ding. Trigger talent specialty. Summoning of the Undead. Talent triggered. Bai Ye hesitated for a moment and looked at the demonized rooster corpse wrapped in a black mist. Tear it off. The calm void is torn open by an invisible force. At the end of the crack, there was a fierce shout of Jin Gu fighting. A tall figure surrounded by purple-black flames floated out from the end of the crack. Blended with the black mist. Boom. In an instant, the raging blood filled the air. Tear apart the black mist. In the dispersed mist, a majestic figure half kneeling on the ground emitted a ferocious aura like a demon god. The last General Dianwei. Pay respects to the Lord. Undead warrior. Demon. Dianwei, Lord level summoning creature. 1 star, level 0. Transformed into a follower due to merging unknown undead souls, gaining growth potential. Occupation: warrior, race. Undead, demonized, race. Talent: body of the dead. The power of undead skills is increased by 20%, while death and dark skills save 20% damage. There is a 20% chance to be immune to slaying and immediate death skills. Race. Talent: demonization, activates the body's magic, falls into a frenzy state, increases all attributes by 50%, lasts for 3 minutes, and after the duration of the talent ends, falls into a weak state. Talent and specialization: natural divine power, S, main attributes of strength and constitution, with an additional 2 attribute bonuses each time upgraded. Talent and specialization: tiger-backed and bare waist, S+, increases strength and constitution attributes by an additional 100%. For creatures with low body and strength attributes, there is a chance to trigger a suppression effect and reduce all opponent attributes. Talent specialization: copper skin and iron bones, S, grants 25% damage immunity to all physical damage, and immune damage is converted into attacks that rebound against enemies. Attribute: HP 600, Magic 200, Strength 30, Constitution 30, Agility 20, Spirit 20, Skills: Dead Soul Roar, Bloodthirsty Fury, 1000 June Strike. Equipment: Fury Axe, Fury Armor, Loyalty. 100, a figure over 2 meters tall, permeated with purple-black flames, like a demon god walking out of hell. The two-handed giant axes in their hands were heavy and sharp. Attention! Please don't worry about whether Dianwei used an axe, I know it's a halberd, all of which are modified versions. The crimson armor, with blood flowing like flames burning. Sleeping trough. What is this thing? I don't read much. Don't lie to me, is this the summon of the undead? Why can't my undead summon only summon those weak chicken-like skeleton soldiers? Is this the legendary elite unit summoner? What kind of luck, there's a 1 in 1,000 chance of encountering it. With this luck, why not buy a lottery ticket to play games? The summoners of the undead tribe around are about to spit sour saliva. A talking summoner. This kind of impressive summoning object seems to know it's not easy to provoke. Isn't it enjoyable to brush monsters in the early stages? Lord-level summoning creatures. A hint of shock flashed in Bai Ye's eyes. The summoning objects of the Phantom World are divided into several levels from low to high. Ordinary, Elite, Leader, Lord, Hegemon. Each level is further divided into 1.3 stars. Summoners at the Lord level are probably top-notch summoning creatures even in the later stages of the game. But was he summoned out directly? And directly became his follower. 30 points in strength and physique, 20 points in agility and spirit, plus 3 S.level talent specialties, 2 race skills, 3 skills. This type of summoning device is simply an incredible presence in the early stages of the game. Dianwei, kill the chicken. Bai Ye is very excited. With this summoning object, who else can snatch a monster and surpass him? A hint of strangeness appeared on Dianwei's fierce and ferocious face. Me. Lord-level summoning creatures. Kill the gods on the battlefield. Invincible in infantry combat. Throughout one's life of war, more people have been killed than eaten. Do you want me to kill the chicken? Do you want me to kill the chicken? Puff. A heavy blow. Qianjun heavy strike, basic skill. When the skill is released, it inflicts a physical damage of x5x 75% on the enemy's strength. If one's own strength suppresses the enemy's strength, exceeding 1.2 times the opponent's strength, the damage doubles, consuming 20 health and 20 magic points. Continuously releasing the skill costs double without any skill cooldown. Kill the demonized rooster and gain experience points of x10, one axe swung and exploded the skull of a demonized rooster. Skill damage, weakness damage, stamina suppression, fatal strike. 600 A bright red stack damage rises from the head of the demonized rooster. The status bar on the top of the demonized rooster's head is directly cleared, and its head disappears. 2 copper coins, no equipment dropped. Bai Ye picked up the feathers next to the corpse, and the task was to collect 20 feathers from the demonized rooster. So, we still need to kill 19 demonized roosters. Dianwei, continue. Bai Ye glanced at Dianwei's attribute panel. Summoners at the Lord level require twice the experience points to upgrade. However, compared to the combat power of Lord level summoners, these are not worth mentioning at all. Carrying a Lord level summon, the monster spawning efficiency has increased by at least 10 times. Twice the upgrade experience is not something that can be easily obtained. Make a steady profit without losing. Why is this summoner so intelligent? Do you know the key points of the attack? My skeleton soldiers are so stupid that they can't even catch up with a chicken. They attack 10 times and fail 9 times. 600 damage with 1 axe. If it hits the head, my brain will explode. I haven't played any games before. Don't lie to me. This TMD is the damage that elite unit summoning items can deal. As a warrior, I only deal 35 damage with my skills. What kind of immortal output is this? The undead warrior of the undead tribe next door looked at the newbie sword in his hand and felt that he might be a fake warrior. Is the output of the fight not as high as a summoner? Go to NM. If I had known the summoner was so impressive, and the labor and management were still playing NM soldiers. A group of players began to doubt life. Outside the novice village, Dianwei, holding a heavy axe, transformed into a chicken-killing demon. Waving a two-handed axe, killing a group of demonized roosters and flying dogs. Kill the demonized rooster, gain experience x10, and demonize rooster feathers x1, kill the demonized rooster, gain experience x10, demonized rooster feathers x1, copper coins x5, kill elite units demonized roosters, gain experience x50, elite demonized rooster feathers x1, silver coins x1, you killed 100 demonized roosters and achieved the achievement of Rooster Killer. Rooster Killer, normal achievement. Deals an additional 20% damage to wild chicken monsters, limited to leader level and below. Due to your extensive slaughter, the anger of the chicken flock has been aroused, and the demonized rooster leader has been born amidst the resentment of the chicken flock. A giant demonized rooster with pitch-black feathers and a demonic aura entwined around its body, standing 2 meters tall, appeared among the flock of chickens. The gaze of hatred was directed towards Dianwei. As Bai Ye tugged at the corner of his mouth, he read out hatred from the eyes of a chicken. Grandma, it's amazing. Demonized rooster leader. Leader. 1 star, level 3, skills. Soaring, patting, pecking, companionship with friends, demonization, shouting. A leader level boss at level 3. A long list of skills made by Ye's scalp tingle. The boss has been refreshed. A level 3 leader monster. This pile of skills makes labor and management feel like they are selling their hearts. Chapter 3. Leader level boss's first kill. Epic Skills Volume. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Leader monster, kill the explosive equipment. A group of players with red glasses rushed forward directly. Oh. Demonize the rooster leader and look at the players around. A hint of humanized mockery flashed through my eyes. The pitch-black sound waves spread like substance. Roar.100.100.1001 by 1, bright red damage emerged. The rushing players turned into white light. Flash sale. Grass. My mentality has collapsed. Is the leader boss so terrifying? A few players who were just about to go and join the fun, suddenly came to a halt. Scalp tingling. Just give it a second with one move. This feeling of Nima is a bit outrageous. Bai Ye's eyelids twitched. If it weren't for his fast running just now, he would have been knocked out along with that group of mentally disabled people. Glancing at the accumulated experience. Just now, Dianwei's big kill brought him 1,200 points of experience. 2 golden lights flashed on Bai Ye's body. Upgrade. Upgrade. Congratulations on upgrading. Strength +2, Constitution +2, Agility +2, Spirit +2, Freedom Attribute Points +4, Skill Points +1. Current level. Level 1 inch, congratulations on upgrading. Strength +2, Constitution +2, Agility +2, Spirit +2, Freedom Attribute Points +4, Skill Points +1. Current level. Level 2 inch upgraded to level 1, consumed 200 experience points. Upgraded to level 2, the experience consumed has doubled. The remaining 600 points of experience are enough to upgrade Dianwei once. Bai Ye allocated his experience. Follow the demon. The level of Dianwei has increased. Strength +14, 12 basic strength attribute bonuses +2 talent bonuses, Constitution +14, 12 basic constitution attribute bonuses +2 talent bonuses, Agility +10, Spirit +10 inch skill. Qianjun Heavy Strike, skill power and attributes increased by 25%. Undoubtedly a summoned creature at the Lord level. Bai Ye took a cold breath. Although upgrading consumes a bit of experience. But the attributes improved by 1 level are comparable to his promotion by 4 levels. If it weren't for the fact that the level of his followers couldn't exceed that of his master, he would really want to throw all his experience points at Dianwei. With such a talented follower, what level should he be promoted to? All 8 free attribute points are assigned to spiritual attributes. The summoner profession relies entirely on summoning objects for its combat effectiveness, and its strength and physique are all fleeting. He is a grand summoner, can he still use his staff to knock on others? Agility or something, as a short-legged mage, even if his agility attribute is set to full level, he cannot run away from thieves and warriors. Full attribute allocation is based on spiritual attributes, although it is somewhat extreme. However, if the summon is awesome, it may not be a good choice. Dianwei. Up. Yes, my lord. Dianwei's voice was deep, and a devilish and ferocious face revealed a hint of grimace. A bloody flame rose up like a flame. Instantly fury. Bloodthirsty fury, advanced skill. Consumes 5% of life, activates power in blood vessels, enters a state of frenzy in bloodthirsty, increases strength, attack speed, and movement speed by 20%, and converts 15% of damage caused by attacks into one's own vitality. Lasts for 3 minutes, with a cooldown of 15 minutes. Jump up. A heavy blow. The heavy axe blade fell from top to bottom on the head of the demonized rooster leader. After upgrading, Dianwei's strength and physical attributes reached an astonishing 44 points, and even his secondary attributes agility and spirit reached 30 points. With the bonus of talent, expertise, and skills, the strength attribute reaches almost 100 points. Skill bonuses, weakness damage, talent suppression, attribute weakening under a series of horror bonuses, a bright red damage floats out. 899 The status bar on the head of the demonized rooster leader instantly disappeared by 1.5. A few onlookers gasped for breath. Burn your dreams. What kind of exaggerated damage is this NMD? Nearly 900 seconds of damage. What makes this group of players who can't even deal 50 damage feel embarrassed? Is this really a game to play? They are all summoners. When someone else takes on the leader boss alone, I can't even defeat a chicken. Is this game still playable? I want to report it. This is more like cheating. The demonized rooster leader, who was stunned by an axe, gave Dianwei a peck. 20.20 A combo knocked out 1/10 of Dianwei's status bar. Dianwei let out a fierce smile and waved his giant axe, causing a gust of wind. Spinning and swinging. 450 A heavy blow. 920 normal attack. 625 A heavy blow. 1119 Oh. The demonized rooster leader let out an unwilling howl. Kill the demonized rooster leader. Gain 600 experience points. Get the feathers of the demonized rooster leader x1 inch, kill the leader level boss and obtain skill point x1, achieve x1 achievement points. The player is the first to kill a leader level boss and receive the achievement title. Leader enemy star. Leader's nemesis, only rare title. Deals 20% more damage to leader level bosses. As the first player on the server to kill a leader level boss, receive system rewards. Epic level random skill roll, Undead Mage x1, free attribute point x5, skill point x2, gold coin x10, achievement point x10, and system notification 3 times. Do you want to hide your name? No. How can such a great opportunity for fame be hidden? Bai Ye never forgot his purpose. He entered the game just to make money. What's wrong with hiding and hiding? It's better to make money when you have a good reputation. The player is the first in the server to kill a leader level boss under the stars of the White Knight. Reward. Random skill. 3 server announcements. Players' stars in the White Knight. A golden-red banner and announcement flashed in front of all players in the Phantom World. In a novice village, a group of men were commanding a group of people to grind the boss to the point of being bleeding, watching red banners floating above their heads. The corners of the mouth twitch. Grass. Almost, this first kill is mine. Young master, this guy snatched your first kill. Do you want to find someone to take him out and vent your anger? Pop. The little brother who was slapped was full of grievances. Can someone who can kill the boss ahead of me be an ordinary person? Are you having a mental illness or am I having a mental illness when inviting such a master? Playing a game, can you calm down a bit, sit down and have a cup of tea to make friends, and if we have the opportunity to create dungeons together in the future, wouldn't it be great? Turn around and let out a low beep. It's like killing him, the system reward can run on me. Big bang. At the body of the demonized rooster leader, scattered equipment and coins scattered all over the ground. A shining skill book lay quietly. Got rich. The eyes of the White Knight are shining. Dianwei has killed the monster for so long, and apart from copper coins, not a single piece of equipment has exploded. The explosion rate of this game is so low that it explodes. Truly worthy of being the leader boss, fat to the point of flowing oil. A skill book, 2 pieces of equipment, 2 coins pick up the equipment dropped by the boss. Allocate all attribute points awarded by the system to the spirit. The spiritual attribute directly breaks through the 25 levels. Kill this boss, the experience is just enough for Dianwei to level up. All experience points are allocated to Dianwei. Follow the demon. The level of Dianwei has been increased. Strength plus 14, Constitution plus 14, Agility plus 10, Spirit plus 10-inch skill. Bloodthirsty Fury, skill power and attributes increased by 10%. Attendant current level. Level 2-inch. Chapter 4 Legendary Skills. Life Link. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After upgrading, Dianwei's strength and physical attributes are close to the 60 levels. Even agility and spiritual attributes have exceeded 40 points. The first boss at the leader level in the entire server, I don't know what will drop. Open the backpack and add the epic level random skill scroll that the system rewards. There are 2 skill books and 2 pieces of equipment in total. Skill book. Bone Spear, skill quality. Basic, learning requirements. Level 1, 15 points of spirit, mage, summoner. Skill introduction. Summon a bone spear to deal mental x5x 75% damage to enemies in a straight line within 10 meters ahead. Skill consumption. 10 magic points, cooling time. 90s, a basic offensive skill. Bai Ye raised his eyebrows, it was pretty good. Learning. The epic level random skill scroll rewarded by the system, I don't know what can be drawn. Prop. Epic level random skill scroll, effect. After use, there is a 75% chance to obtain an epic level skill, a 24% chance to obtain a legendary level skill, and a 1% chance to obtain other skills. Bai Ye takes out the scroll and crushes it. A burst of colorful light erupted from within the scroll, wrapping around his body. Obtain legendary skill. Life Link. Skill. Life Link, skill quality. Legend, learning conditions. None, skill introduction. Build a life link with the summoned object, share life, and neither side will die until their lives are depleted. Life sharing quota. 0/1, skill consumption. Consume 20 points of maximum magic, after cancelling the skill, the maximum magic is restored, cooling time. None, his life link. Sharing life. Bai Ye looked at Dianwei next to him, without saying a word, he threw up a life link. The current Dianwei has a physical fitness attribute of 58 points. With the increase of talent and expertise, the health has exceeded 2,300 points. Common law players can convert 1 physical fitness point to 5.7 health points, while the proportion of warrior players may reach around 10 points. A shield battle player with full physical fitness points may only have a health of over 2,000 points when they are nearly level 15 naked. The conversion ratio of Dianwei's physical and health attributes is astonishing at 1.20, twice that of melee players and 4 times that of French players. This is the terror of Lord-level creatures. Bai Ye is very satisfied with this skill. Now he has finally gotten rid of the nickname, Crispy Skin. A lifespan of over 2,000 points, even if standing for someone to fight, with the player's output at this time, it won't last for a moment or even a half. Magic Feather Staff. Weapon Equipment, Quality. Blue, Equipment Requirements. Mage, Summoner, Level 2, Attribute. Spirit +5, Maximum Magic +30, Equipment Feature 1 Summoning Mastery. Summoning all attributes of items +5%, Summoning Skill Magic Consumption 0.5%. Speed Boots. Armor Equipment Quality. Blue, Equipment Requirements. Any Profession, Level 2, Attribute. Movement Speed +25, Physical and Magic Attack Immunity +5, Equipment Feature 1 Magic Mastery. Skill Power increases by 10%, both equipment are small and top-notch. And it is very suitable for the summoner profession to use. There are still 5 skill points, what skills should I add to them? Bai Ye glanced at the only 3 skills. Life Link, Bone Spear, and Undead Summoning. After thinking about it, Bai Ye consumes 4 skill points and increases the Summoning of Undead to LV4. The summoning of the undead in LV4 has no significant changes in attributes. You can summon ordinary undead creatures based on your own attributes, and the chance of summoning elite undead creatures has increased from 0.1% to 0.5%. The summoning limit has increased from 1 to 5. The remaining skill points were allocated to the Life Link skill by Bai Ye. The number of summoning items that can be linked has increased from 1 to 2. First, go hand in the task. Looking at the pile of mission materials in his backpack, Bai Ye tugged at the corner of his mouth. I don't know if there will be any additional rewards for elite and leader level demonized feathers. Bang! Suddenly, the back of my head sank, and my eyes fell into darkness. You have been attacked by your little father, player. Enter battle mode. You have been attacked by your wild father, player. Enter battle mode. You have been hit by the skill, Stuffy Stick. Stun for 3 seconds. Detected malicious damage to player, counterattack will not result in any punishment. Bai Ye's mind was in a daze, and he suddenly realized. He killed the leader boss and got targeted. When the demonized chicken leader died just now, a scene of equipment and skill books was revealed, but many people saw it. It's normal for someone to keep an eye on him. After all, the explosion rate of Phantom World is so low, it's normal to sell a blue equipment for tens of thousands of yuan in the early stages of the game. What person doesn't have benefits in front of them? 30.30.45 Ordinary attack, critical attack 1 by 1, the damage rises from the top of Bai Ye's head. In the blink of an eye, Bai Ye's health was already only a trace left. Brother, don't blame me. Don't you know how to blame me? 2 assassins dressed up, one tall and one short, appeared from their stealth. The poisoned dagger in his hand stabbed directly at Bai Ye's vest. You have suffered severe poison damage. Reduce 5 health points per second for 10 seconds. No matter how strong the summoning object is, it's not a weak chicken. In front of us, there's not even a chance to resist. A proud smile appeared on the tall face, watching as the blood streak on Bai Ye's head completely disappeared. After waiting for a while, there was no hint of killing in my ear. The 2 undead assassins stared at the lively white knight and froze. What's the situation? Why haven't you died yet? The short assassin stubbornly stabbed a dagger into Bai Ye's chest. 35 Have you poked enough? Bai Ye twisted her head, her eyes icy cold. Enough poking, then it's my turn. Dianwei. Under a huge shadow, Dianwei, who was burning purple-black flames all over, appeared behind the two assassins, emitting a brutal aura recklessly. The end will come. Kill. Obey me. Damn it. Run quickly. This guy's summon is incredibly powerful, not an opponent. The two assassins frowned and disappeared directly. Stealth. Roar. Behind Dianwei, the purple-black flames condensed into a ferocious ghost phantom. Scarlet eyes flickered with cold killing intent. The roar of the dead soul. 60.60.60.60 The invisible ripples spread open, and two hidden figures appeared directly, falling into a dizzy state. Undead Roar, Advanced Skill. Consumes 30 points of magic and inflicts a total spiritual x10 x 75% soul damage on enemies within a 10-meter radius for 5 seconds. During the duration of the skill, enemies within the radius will fall into a continuous dizziness state, with a cooldown of 5 minutes. You killed the player's little father. You killed the player's big wild father. White light flickering. With a 40-point increase in spiritual attributes, the terrifying damage instantly killed two assassins. Explosive equipment. Bai Ye watched as the two assassins disappeared, a dagger flickering with green light faintly visible. According to the setting of the Phantom World, there is a 1/5 chance that a player who is killed will drop one piece of equipment. Red name players who actively attack others will receive special punishments. If killed, there is a 50% chance of randomly dropping 1.2 pieces of equipment. The more people you kill, the greater the chance of falling. Chapter 5. Shocking. Summoning oneself in 10 years. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Who gave you the courage to provoke me without knowing whether to live or die? Bai Ye pursed his lips. How dare two level 2 assassins come and attack him? Who gave me the courage? Pick up the dagger on the ground, its attributes are quite good. Blood-quenching dagger. Second-hand weapon, quality. Green, equipment requirements. Assassin, thief. Level 2, attribute. Agility +3, critical hit rate +5%, equipment feature 1 poisoning. When attacking, there is a 25% chance to deal 5 points of severe toxic damage per second to the enemy, lasting for 10 seconds. The feature cannot be stacked, and can only be applied once to the same target within 3 minutes. A small masterpiece equipment for an assassin. Although it only has green quality, the equipment attributes and features are very practical. In the early stages of this game where equipment is cherished, it's not a problem to throw it into the market and sell it for thousands of yuan. Let's hand in a task first. Go to the village head and find the village chief. Hand over task. This is the feather of the demonized rooster leader. The village head, who had always had an impatient and lifeless face, looked at the feather in Bai Ye's hand. A surprised and shocked expression appeared on his face. The star warrior of the White Knight, I didn't expect you to be able to eliminate the demonized rooster leader who harmed one side. You are the great hero in our village. You have no way of repaying our village's great kindness. I'll give you this hero's medal, which has been passed down for decades. Ding. Complete the task and clean up the demon disaster. Over completing tasks and receiving rewards. X2 coins, 400 experience points, X2 free attribute points, and X1 hero medals in the Novice Village. Novice Village Hero Medal. After wearing it, the reputation of all NPC residents in Novice Village 10086 will be increased to the utmost respect. Your reputation as a resident of NPC in Novice Village 10086 has been respected. Purchase all products and get a 20% discount. The black iron-colored metal is engraved with a blurry griffin. 20% off. Bai Ye looked at this metal with widened eyes. He felt like he had caught some business opportunity. 20% off, sell at 10% off. Isn't it possible to make a big profit by buying low and selling high? Isn't he getting rich by reselling every minute and catching up with Jianlin? Step on your foot and turn it around. I have a bold idea. Taking on a new task from the village chief, Bai Ye swaggered into the pharmacy with his badge. Bring me all the magic potions you have here. I'll take them all. Bai Ye slapped the hero badge on the table and shouted loudly. In the novice village, only 4 types of potions are sold. Healing potion, magic potion, stamina potion, energy potion. Physical attributes will be consumed with high-intensity exercise, and if dropped to a certain extent, players will receive a buff with reduced attributes. However, summoner battles rely entirely on summoned items, so the energy consumption is minimal. The energy attribute is equivalent to the physical attribute and will decrease with the number of times the mage casts spells. Among these 4 potions, the most commonly used one is undoubtedly the magic potion. Whether it's a warrior or a mage, apart from special professions like berserker, almost all rely on magic. Lord Warrior, each person in this pharmacy can purchase up to 10 sets of magic potions. A pharmacist with a vulgar expression on his face, resembling a profiteer. Of course, you are the hero of our village, so this rule naturally needs to be made for you. However, any potions that exceed the limit can only be purchased at the original price. Damn it. With a tug of his mouth, Bai Ye's wish to become rich, damn it, has come to nothing. It has been 6 hours since the server was launched, and the average level of players has also reached 2 or 3 levels. The once evenly matched demonized roosters can no longer satisfy this group of greedy players. Outside the small grove at the entrance of the village, groups of players are reaching out their claws to innocent demonized forest wolves. Shield battle, hold on. Hold on. Master, don't be fooled, rub the fireball. Grass mud horse. Can the sand coin assassin play? Are you dizzy? Can only sneak and not stick. Are you mentally disabled? Assassins don't learn how to stick and play with Nima's assassins. Groups of elegant and easy-going players communicate like honey on their lips. Summoner seeks formation. 2 levels of Undead Summoning, can attract monsters, do not equip coins. Shua Timber Wolves, join the team of 5 quickly, don't summon a master. 2 warriors, summoner, get out of here. TSK, are summoners nowadays so difficult to get by with? Looking at the pitiful summoners outside the group of rejected people, Bai Ye's mouth twitched. If it weren't for him summoning Dianwei, he would probably be about the same summoner as this group of free tools that no one wants now. The summoner's combat power in the early stage was a hard injury. The skill is 1 less than that of an ordinary player. The summoned undead younger brother has weaker attributes than a chicken. Even if an elite unit's undead is summoned by chance, it is just a starting point for ordinary players. Before equipment, skills, and attributes are formed, summoners are useless. However, the later summoner is the frontline father among all professions in the phantom world. Under the sea of the dead, all living beings are equal. A summoner of the undead can be compared to a legion. The low lower limit and high upper limit have created an awkward position for the undead summoner. Dianwei. The end will come. A calm voice sounded from behind, and the rough and heroic figure of Dianwei slowly emerged. Kill. Obey me. Dianwei, holding a giant axe, was burning with blazing flames. The roar of the dead soul .60.60.60 within a radius of 10 meters, a large amount of damage appeared on each demonized forest wolf. In 5 seconds, the dizziness will end. Ow. One by one, demonized forest wolves with residual blood rushed towards them from the corner, their faces fierce. Demonized timber wolves. Normal, level. 3. Skills. Bite, pounce, call, note. The demonized forest wolf has sharper fangs and sharper claws. Who? Wave the axe blade and roll up a strong storm. Dianwei gave a fierce smile and a terrifying aura surged out. A mere monster. Don't harm my lord. The inverted axe blade swept across, and the wolf pack turned into corpses. Kill the demonized jungle wolf. Gain experience x40 and copper coins x7 Kill the demonized jungle wolf. Gain experience x40. Looking at the demonized wolf corpses scattered all over the ground, Bai Ye slowly raised his staff. Summoning of the Undead. 4 deep and pitch-black forces, filled with the breath of death, infused the body of the demonized wolf. The first 3 are ordinary and unremarkable. The last beam of light falls, and the anomaly suddenly changes. Ding! Trigger talent specialty. Summoning of the Undead. In the void, a twisted and rotating space.Time crack appeared, and at the end of the crack, a bizarre battlefield emerged. On both sides of the battlefield, there is a united army of countless races and players standing ready. On the other end is a black torrent condensed from endless grinning demons. In the center of the battlefield, a figure dressed in a black robe was enveloped by endless undead spirits, confronting the gods in the sky. Was it summoned by me 10 years ago? A blurry figure drifted out from the crack, and Bai Ye was completely stunned. Because it was a face that he could no longer be familiar with. Dressed in a pure black robe, with a pale face adorned with a chilling and sinister aura. Surrounded by a strong sense of resentment, it seemed as if countless vengeful souls were howling beside them. The void shook, and the whole world seemed to tremble with his appearance. He comes from 10 years later. He, ha ha ha. Watching Bai Ye, his deep and suppressed laughter from 10 years later gradually became unrestrained, full of hysterical madness. Zhao family. You never imagined that I could come back. All the humiliation. All the hatred. I will pay you back 10 times and 100 times more. The unrestrained laughter slowly subsided, and the gloomy gaze slowly turned towards Bai Ye. In the past, I didn't have much left for you, but these things were enough to change everyone's future. In return, they destroyed the Zhao family for me. The last sentence, with a gnashing hatred. Even pouring out the waters of all the lakes and seas is difficult to wash away. Seeking collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Request to collect flower tickets, subject to change depending on the situation. Qingming outing in happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. Talent and Speciality Upgrade. Summoning of the Dead. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The illusory figure broke free from its constraints and rushed towards the White Knight. Before Bai Ye could react, his mind was filled with countless explosive information. Unknown data intrusion detected. Obtain the SSS level talent specialty Summoning of the Dead. Detected that players already have the same level and type of talent and expertise. System data error, analyzing the optimal solution. Talent specialization. Summoning of Undead Souls Fusion, fusion started, fusion in progress. Talent specialty. Summoning of the Dead, undergoes unknown changes. Analyzing and judging. Talent specialty attributes have changed, and templates are being regenerated. Summoning of Undead, EX. When using summoning skills, there is an opportunity to trigger the summoning of undead souls from any world. Due to unknown reasons, the summoning effect of undead souls is enhanced, not limited to undead skills. The growth of undead souls is greatly enhanced, and the chance and upper limit of summoning undead souls are greatly increased. The summoned undead souls will permanently exist, even if summoning creatures die, the undead souls will not disappear, and can wait for a period of time before being summoned again. Acquire skill. Corpse Explosion, skill not learned. After reaching level 3, spiritual attributes are 20 points, and can be learned by consuming some skill points. Acquire skills. Summoning Mastery, Hand of Hell, Gate of the Undead, Dark Curtain, Poisonous Clouds and Mists, One Finger of Death, War Aura, Bloodthirsty Aura, Flashing, Phase Shift, Shield of the Undead, Restart Time. Obtain Talent and Expertise. Dead Enhancement, S, Death Enslavement, S+, Dead Resurrection, S, Fate Judgment, SS. Talent and expertise that can be awakened upon reaching the required level. Obtain Racial Talents. Immortal Body, Heart of the Dead. Awakening is possible after meeting the requirements. The prompt sound of the system keeps ringing in my ears. Bai Ye slowly opened his eyes, and the flashing images in his mind made him feel a headache. Zhao Family. Games. Reality. Fusion. The Lion. The Demon Realm. The Gods. Is my future so convoluted and bizarre? A cold smile was outlined at the corner of the mouth. 5 years later, games and reality merge, and the gaming world invades reality. The top-tier figures who had known this news long ago recruited and threatened a group of potential players to become their puppets in advance. In the future, he will be manipulated by the Zhao family, the first Chinese family, to become a tool without any freedom, and even forced to sign harsh contracts. All the opportunities obtained in the game were taken away by the group of Zhao family members. Later, by chance, he broke free from the constraints of the contract and gained freedom. But the Zhao family, who had long relied on his power to approach the Holy Empire, also used the power of the Holy Empire to push him against the opposition of all races. By chance, he was framed by the Zhao family and those who had offended him before, and step by step, he stepped into the opposite of the 10,000 ethnic groups. Zhao family. Player. Holy Empire. 10,000 tribes. Gods. Devil. Enemies all over the world. Although most of the memories in my mind are already incomplete, those important things have been preserved. Especially the hatred towards the Zhao family. The rolling wheels of history are turning from now on. Bai Ye looked up at Dianwei. In my memory, shortly after being summoned by him, Dianwei was imprisoned by the Zhao family in reality. Dianwei also died in a dungeon at the hands of the boss due to the blind command of the legitimate descendants of the Zhao family. The chance of triggering the Undead Summoning talent feat without enhancement is really low. Moreover, if the summoned soul dies, it will truly disappear. The difficulty of triggering talents is high, and the summoned souls are prone to death. If it weren't for this flaw, his future achievements would definitely be more than that. I have absorbed my future talents and expertise, and the triggering probability and maximum strength of summoning undead have been enhanced. The undead exists permanently, and the effect of the talent is not limited to the summoning skills of the undead series. Bai Ye took a deep breath, and now his talent deficiency was completely filled. The original summoning of undead spirits can only be triggered once after about 10,000 summoning of undead spirits. There is a 1 in 10,000 chance that you can trigger talent feats twice in a row. How much luck did you encounter? Even Bai Ye admires herself. If it weren't for this accident, he would be able to rise from countless players in the future. It is after mastering the ultimate core skill of the Undead Summoner, the Gate of the Undead, and being able to launch the Undead Scourge anytime and anywhere. Launching a Scourge of the Undead can summon hundreds of thousands of undead creatures. At that time, his innate potential was fully realized. I don't know how much the chance of triggering the summoning of the dead has increased now. Bai Ye glanced at the several skeleton soldiers standing beside him in a daze. Summoning of the undead is the most basic core skill of a summoner, summoning undead creatures with random attributes. The minimum single attribute is 45%, and the maximum will not exceed 80% of the summoner's maximum attribute. Ordinary skeleton soldiers only have one basic skill. Only undead creatures above elite units will have 2 skills that reach 90% of the summoner's attributes. This is also one of the reasons why the status of undead summoners is so low in the early stages of the game. The output is useless, unable to withstand damage, and can attract monsters without running fast. Who is willing to bring it? With a casual wave from Bai Ye, several skeletons scattered on the ground. Ordinary undead summoners have no attraction to him, and he looks down on undead units from elite units. Summoning of the Undead. With a wave of the wand, a deep beam of deadly light flew towards the bodies of several forest wolves. A group of skeleton soldiers climbed up from the ground. Bai Ye raised his eyebrows and didn't feel surprised. Summoning of the Undead. Summoning of the Undead. Under the piled-up corpses of forest wolves, a forest white skeleton emerged. One of the diffuse black gases suddenly doubled in size. In the strong breath of death, a skeleton with thick bones, holding a shield and a long sword, climbed up from the ground. Skull Shield Battle. Elite, Level 2, Attributes. Strength 18, Physical Fitness 20, Agility 10, Spirit 10, Skills. Ridicule, Collision. Bai Ye raised his eyebrows and became an elite. The undead creatures of elite units have attributes that are superior to those of ordinary undead creatures. But this level of attribute is inferior to Dianwei by more than 1 level. Other summoners dream of him, but he is a piece of trash. Summoning of the Undead. The body of the forest wolf was entangled in a dark and deep beam of light, just as the magic value of the White Knight was almost depleted. The long-awaited voice rings in my ears again. Ding. Trigger Talent Specialty. Summoning of the Undead. In the tearing cracks of the void, endless blood permeates. Bathed in a blood-red flame, a fierce and demonic figure stepped out from the end of the crack. Bloody warhorses, bathed in fresh blood. Wearing a golden crown and a 100-flower battle robe, wearing a bronze lion armor, the black and red square sky painted halberd swings and tears through the void. The pitch-black mist was torn apart by the raging force. General Lu Bu, pay respects to the Lord. A hoarse voice, deep and powerful. The tall figure was holding the reins, while Fang Tianhua's halberd was inserted into the ground, half kneeling. In a flash before Bai Ye's eyes, this aura at least summoning creatures at the Lord level. Undead. Ghost. LV Bu, Special Lord level summoning creature. 3 stars, level 0, transformed into a follower due to merging unknown undead souls, gaining growth potential, occupation. Knight, race. Undead, demonized, race talent. Body of the dead, the power of undead skills is increased by 20%, while death and dark skills save 20% damage. There is a 20% chance to be immune to slaying and immediate death skills. Race talent. Demonization, activates the body's magic, falls into a frenzy state, increases all attributes by 50%, lasts for 3 minutes, and after the duration of the talent ends, falls into a weak state. Chapter 7. Overlord level Undead Soul. Ghost General. Lu Bu. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Undead. Ghost General. LV Bu, Overlord level summoning creature. 1 star, level 0, transformed into a follower due to merging unknown undead souls, gaining growth potential, occupation. Knight, race. Undead, demonized, race talent. Body of the dead, the power of undead skills is increased by 20%, while death and dark skills save 20% damage. There is a 20% chance to be immune to slaying and immediate death skills. Race talent. Demonization, activates the body's magic, falls into a frenzy state, increases all attributes by 50%, lasts for 3 minutes, and after the duration of the talent ends, falls into a weak state, talent specialization. Bloodthirst Battle, S, when taking damage, the recovery speed of basic health increases. The lower the health, the lower the state, the more attacks taken, and the faster the recovery speed of basic health, up to 1000%. Talent and Specialization. Ghost Rider Flying General, S+, when carrying a mount, strength, physique, and speed are increased by 150%, and physical damage is increased by 50%. Talent and Specialization. Harmony of Man and Horse, S+, when carrying a mount, each person shares 75% of the opponent's attributes as an additional bonus, talent specialization. Ghost Bloodline, SS, inherited from the power of ghosts and gods in the bloodline, deals an additional 35% chaotic damage to all creatures in the divine level, ignoring physical defense. Attribute. 1750 HP, 950 Rage, 45 Strength, 50 Constitution, 45 Agility, and 40 Spirit, skills. Feng Tian Hua Zhan, Ghost God Heavy Strike, Heavenly Demon Confusion, Ghost Treading God Anger, Ghost God Blood, Ghost Crying God Howl, invincible in all directions. Equipment. 100 Flowers Lion Dragon Armor, Ghost God War Halberd. Mount. Red Rabbit, Loyalty. 100, Mount. Red Rabbit, Lord Level Mount. 3 stars, Level 0, increases with the owner's level, Owner. LV Boo, already bound and cannot be changed, Talent and Specialization. Sweaty BMW, S, with wild blood flowing from Sweaty BMW's body, Agile Growth +5, Attributes. HP 600, Physical 600, Strength 30, Physical 30, Agility 50, Spirit 30, Skills. Leading the way, soaring in the sky, and intimidating the Horse King. Ordinary, Elite, Leader, Lord, Hegemon dominant summoning creatures, even after the fusion of game and reality 10 years later, are only creatures that can be summoned by top-level gamers. Surprisingly, he directly summoned the level of a Hegemon's undead soul. Bai Ye's eyes were surprised, in his future memories. When he summoned the Overlord level undead, it was already in the later stages of the game. Even if he masters the ultimate core skill of the Undead Summoner. Behind the Gate of the Undead. Launching a natural disaster of undead that sweeps hundreds of thousands of people may not necessarily summon a hegemonic level undead. The enhanced summoning of the undead has an incredibly powerful effect. Life Link. A void chain runs through Lu Bu's heart. A Overlord level summoner, a Lord level summoner, sharing life, it's really hard to die now. In the early stages of the game, it is impossible for players to defeat a luxurious lineup of one Lord and one Overlord. Bai Ye glanced at the remaining experience points and accumulated 1,700 points of experience from the recent massacre. The experience consumed by the upgrade of the Overlord level follower is 2.5 times that of him. Upgrading to level 2 requires 1,500 experience points. Just right. Do you want to upgrade your followers, Ghost General Lu Bu? Upgrade. Follow the Ghost General. LV Bu's level has been increased. Strength +25, Constitution +30, Agility +25, Spirit +20 skill. Feng Tian Hua Zhan, skill power and attributes increased by 25%. Follow the Ghost General. LV Bu's level has been increased. Strength +25, Constitution +30, Agility +25, Spirit +20 skill. Ghost and God Strike, skill power and attributes increased by 25%. Attendant current level. Level 2 LV Bu, at level 2, broke through the 8,000 point mark with the bonus of Red Rabbit and Talent Expertise. Sharing the health of LV Bu and Dianwei, Bai Ye's current health has reached an astonishing 12,000 points. According to the current output of the player, if they want to kill him, even if he stands still, it will take a few minutes. Dianwei and LV Bu, clean up these wolf packs. Bai Ye glanced at the wolf pack slowly surrounding him. The smile at the corner of the mouth gradually became bloodthirsty. The forest wolf is a wild monster that actively attacks others, and their skills can attract all the surrounding wolf packs. This is a great place to brush monsters in the early stages of the game. Of course, for the vast majority of players, groups of timber wolves are simply team nemesis. If we cannot solve the forest wolf problem in a short period of time, we will face more and more wolf pack attacks. However, the two summoning objects around him are not decorations. The roar of the dead soul. A ferocious phantom emerged from behind Dianwei, roaring angrily from the sky. 60.60.601 by 1, bright red damage floated up, and the surrounding wolf pack instantly lost blood. Fang Tian draws a slash. The horse's hooves lifted, and Lu Bu, riding on the horse, saw a dim light in his eyes. Wave it casually. Cut out a blood-red ring on Fang Tian's painted halberd. Rampaging all directions. Fang Tian Hua Zhan, rare skill. Consumes 30 points of Ghost and God Anger, deals strength x 15x 100% damage to enemies within a 10-meter radius, has no cooldown time, and consumes twice as much anger when used continuously. 2911.2959.3021 skill damage, talent bonuses, critical attacks under various bonuses, a circle of terrifying damage emerges from the wolf pack. Kill the demonized jungle wolf and gain experience x 40. Kill the demonized forest wolf and gain experience x 40. Bai Ye pinched a handful of tooth-shaped flower seeds. The average group damage of 3,000 points is almost 3 times that of Dianwei's damage. Undoubtedly a summoning creature at the level of a hegemon. Bull Batch. Ahem, the surviving forest wolves raised themselves to the sky and let out long howls. Screaming. In the dark corner, fierce figures were attracted by howls. One of the figures was clearly taller than the others. Demonized forest wolf leader. Leader, level 5, skills. Demonized claw, wolf shadow slash, command wolf pack. Ahem, muddy saliva dripped down, and the demonized forest wolf leader gritted his teeth, emitting a low roar of protest from his throat. The wolf pack around was like soldiers who heard orders, faintly dispersing and surrounding Bai Ye and others. Hurry up. Ha ha ha. Fang Tian draws a halberd that no one can match. Lu Bu let out a resounding roar, and behind him appeared a fierce demon. Double-eyed crimson. Hold a heavy halberd. With a majestic aura and a soaring demonic aura, like ghosts and gods descending to the world. The huge heavy halberd in Mo Ying's hand slowly lifted up and fell forward with Lu Bu's Fang Tianhua halberd. The earth was slashed with blood, and a huge ravine was blasted down. All the forest wolves at a straight distance were engulfed by blood flames. Ghosts and God strike hard. Ghost Strike, rare skill. Consumes 40 points of Ghost Fury, summons a trace of Ghost Power, and deals piercing damage of strength x 15x 100% to all enemies within 20 meters ahead. No cooldown time. Continuously used, consumes twice as much anger. 3122.3001.3095 Exaggerated injuries emerge one by one. Kill the demonized forest wolf and gain experience x 40. Kill the elite demonized forest wolf and gain experience x 80. The blood strip on the forest wolf leader's body evaporated halfway in the blink of an eye. Bai Ye glanced at the accumulated experience points. Unconsciously, the accumulated experience points were almost meeting his upgrade requirements. Chapter 8. Enhancement of the Undead. A wealthy family. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The blood-colored figure appeared in front of the forest wolf leader like a ghost. The reins were tight, the red rabbit let out a hiss, and the horse's hooves raised high. Fang Tian draws a slash. Fang Tian drew his halberd and swung his slash, his blood-colored slash outlining a perfect arc in the air. 3010 The leader of the demonized forest wolf floated a bright red number. Half-cut health bar instantly empties. Kill the demonized forest wolf leader. Gain 500 experience points. Get silver coins x 30-inch upgrade. Bai Ye glanced at the experience bar and found that the upgrade conditions were met. Congratulations on upgrading. Strength +2, Constitution +2, Agility +2, Spirit +2, Freedom attribute points +4, Skill points +1. Current level. Level 3-inch all free attribute points are allocated spiritually. Where should skill points be added? Glancing at it. Life link. Summoning of the Undead. Bone Spear. Several skills that have already been learned, and hundreds or thousands of skills that have not yet been mastered. After 10 years of gaming career, he has almost mastered all the skills of the Undead Summoner system in the future. Now, he only needs to meet the level and learning conditions, and consume skill points to directly master these skills. There are many skills, and there are dozens of skills that can be learned at level 3. And the skills that caught his eye were only a few to talk about. Summoning Specialization, Undead Enhancement, Beginner Meditation. Summoning Specialization is a passive skill of auxiliary type that can strengthen all summoned creatures. Undead Enhancement, with attributes similar to Summoning Specialization, but only increases the summoning ability of undead creatures. And Basic Meditation is a very important core skill for legal professions in the early and middle stages of the game. This skill does not have any attacking or auxiliary effects. The only effect is to increase the upper limit of spiritual attributes. The summoning creatures of the summoner and the magical power of the mage are all linked to their spiritual attributes. Full-level beginner meditation can provide significant spiritual attributes. In the later stage, the increase in strength is far more practical than ordinary attacks and auxiliary skills. Many early skills may be forgotten as the level increases and stronger skills are learned. However, the enhancement of spiritual attributes is always the most crucial aspect of legal professions. If it were in the past, of course, Bai Ye chose to learn basic meditation. But now, on the contrary, the skill of enhancing the undead is more effective for him. His current strength relies on the 2 summoned undead creatures. Strengthening the followers of Dianwei and LV Bu is far more effective than strengthening oneself. Skill. Undead Enhancement, Skill Quality. Rare, Learning Requirements. Level 3, Spirit 20, Undead Summoner. Skill Introduction. All summoned undead creatures have a health of +20%, damage, defense, movement, and attack speed of +10%, skill consumption. None, Cooling Time. None, Basic Level Undead Enhancement increases the health of all undead creatures by 20%. Increase damage, defense, movement speed, and attack speed by 10%. This degree of increase has the same effect on ordinary undead beings, but it is beneficial for high-level undead creatures like Lu Bu and Dianwei. 10% damage, defense, speed, 20% increase in health. The effect is simply earth-shattering. It's just one word. Invincible. Along the way of cleaning, the refresh speed of the forest wolves in the nearby area cannot keep up with the cleaning speed of LV Bu and Dianwei. Equipment, Skill Book. There are scattered pieces of equipment and skill books for other professions in the backpack. The explosion rate of the illusion world is extremely low, which is a fact known to the whole world. But he couldn't resist the Fang Tianhua halberd in Lu Bu's hand, killing monsters like slaughtering dogs. After clearing half of the forest, hundreds or even thousands of forest wolves died in his hands. The accumulated experience points directly elevated Bai Ye's 2 followers to level 3. Fang Tian draws a slash. The demonized forest wolves rushed forward in groups. Sitting on the back of the red rabbit, Lu Bu let out a cruel smile, and Fang Tian waved his halberd, his blood-colored arc flashing. /.4987, this feels a bit exaggerated. The skill enhancement of the undead is increased, along with the attribute bonus after upgrading. Deducting the physical damage reduction of the timberwolves themselves. LV Bu's current strength attribute, 1 skill down. Under the passive bonus of various talents, the group output damage is already close to 5,000 points without attacking the key points. Except for summoning creatures at the Overlord level. Who among the current players can deal over 1,000 damage points? Lu Bu's current damage can kill an ordinary leader level boss with just 1 skill. Under the same circumstances, a high-level player at level 20 with complete levels, skills, and equipment may not have this level of output. I always feel like a graduating player running to the beginner's village to bully new players. As the game's server opening time prolongs, the player's level improves. Players who have reached an average of 2 or 3 levels. The attributes and skills have significantly improved compared to when the game first started. At present, the average output of the player group is approximately between 100 and 200 points. Individual high players can even achieve damage output of 4 to 500. But compared to Lu Bu and Dianwei, there is still a considerable gap. Not to mention the dominant LV Bu. The output of Dianwei in the Lord's rank is not as terrifying as that of Lu Bu. But the overall damage of a skill should also exceed 2,000 points, close to 3,000. What do players compare to? Ding! Due to the player's massive killing of the demonized Forest Wolf's compatriots by the Stars of White Knight, it has caused the Forest Wolf leader's anger. The Wolf Pack leader will refresh in coordinates 105.204 in 3 minutes. The system's warning sound drifted over the forest. The players in the entire beginner village of 10,086 heard this sound. Leader level boss refresh. Bai Ye was slightly stunned, and the corners of her mouth curved. Coincidentally, he is currently in urgent need of skill points. Killing a leader level boss, even if it doesn't drop any equipment, rewards with skill points are still good. Follow the coordinates prompted by the system to rush. What comes into view is an endless sea of people. Is there so many people in Novice Village 10086? Bai Ye was taken aback and quickly realized that these players may have been teleported from other novice villages. We need this boss from the Night Emperor, please give it face and don't make yourself unhappy. In the crowd, a player wearing a complete set of green equipment and dressed as a warrior professional walked out. The Night Dynasty. The Huangfu family. Bai Ye lifted her eyelids and a hint of darkness flashed in her eyes. The Huaxia Federation is a semi-hereditary country jointly controlled by the family system and political power. There is a saying that goes, a flowing dynasty, an iron family. From the early feudal slave era to the current reform and opening up, freedom and democracy. Having gone through 3 emperors, 5 dynasties, and 10 kingdoms, countless dynasties have changed, like a constantly repeating cycle. But standing atop the heads of billions of Chinese people, it has always been the families that have been passed down from ancient times to the present. In the past, the family relied on raising domestic slaves, occupying land, and becoming a dominant and domineering local emperor. Above the court, there are the confidants of some aristocratic families and wealthy families. Even the imperial court dare not offend the wealthy families and families all over the world, and local officials must act according to their eyes in order to secure their positions. Until modern times, with the reform and changes of the times, these families have successfully transformed relying on their own relationships, networks, and cultural resources. Become the top leader in their respective fields. Electronics, technology, food, military, urban construction. No one. Among them, there are also 12 top-level aristocratic families and 40.8 feudal lords and aristocratic families as revered. The Huangfu family is a member of the 48 feudal lords and wealthy families. He is also a millennium ally of the Zhao family, the mortal enemy of Bai Ye and one of the top 12 aristocratic families. He will end up surrounded by countless forces in the future, and the Huangfu family has put in a lot of effort. Saying a grudge against death is not excessive. And this guy who speaks is no stranger to Bai Ye. Huangfu Ao, the legitimate descendant of the main lineage of the Huangfu family, is one of the future leaders of the Huangfu family. And two other geniuses from the Huangfu family, known as one of the three heroes of Huangfu. Huangfu Ao's personal strength is average. But it is a talent proficient in battlefield command and large-scale battlefield operations. 10K per day, updating 4 chapters, checking whether the number of tickets and flowers is increased or not. Chapter 9. One enemy, 100. Killing people like wildfire. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The world is really small. A cold smile appeared at the corner of Bai Ye's mouth. Enemies meet, I didn't expect it to be such a scene. These children of aristocratic families really can't be changed to eat shit. Robbing monsters, clearing the scene, killing and seizing equipment, and finding coercion and temptation in reality. In the early and middle stages of the game, this can be said to be the most basic operation of these aristocratic families. They knew the importance of games earlier than ordinary people. So before the integration of gaming and reality, the layout was already 5 years ahead of schedule. Devoted most of the energy and financial resources from reality into the game. They are not lacking in resources, financial resources, and manpower. In the early stages of the game, there were a bunch of tool people working for them. The highest level, best equipment, and skills. Seize all opportunities. After the fusion of game and reality. At that time, the wealthy families had already established a great momentum. Those ordinary players and civilians can only live under their hegemonic rule. The union is amazing. The Huangfu family is amazing. Playing a game has such a big show. Damn it, haven't you played any games in your life? How arrogant. Hundreds of Knight Emperor Guild players wearing scattered equipment began to clear the field early and expel the surrounding scattered players. Because the system prompted the gathered players to curse and walk away. The majesty of aristocratic families and wealthy families, after thousands of years of inheritance, has long been engraved in the bones of everyone. Brother, please cooperate. The wizard holding a staff stood in front of Bai Ye, his tone neither soft nor firm. I don't even worry about what will happen to Bai Ye. They gathered hundreds of people from the Knight Emperor Guild to fight against the boss. A useless summoner who wants to do something must weigh his own strength. He's just standing here being beaten. Can the Undead Summoner, a trash profession, use a staff to knock him to death? Not at all cowardly. Let me cooperate. Sure. Bai Ye slowly lifted his head, and in the shadow, a bloodthirsty smile gradually appeared on his pale face. But I can't guarantee that they will cooperate with you. What does it mean? The wizard was slightly taken aback. Before I could react, the next second, a huge shadow fell over me. A giant axe falls. The earth is crumbling. A heavy blow. A 4-digit terrifying damage appears, and the mage directly turns into white light and disappears. Ding. You take the initiative to attack other players and enter penalty mode. If you are killed by other players, you have a 50% chance of randomly dropping 1.2 pieces of equipment. A nickname with a blood-colored skull emblem appeared on Bai Ye's head. Licked his lips without paying any attention to the system's prompts. On Bai Ye's body, a rebellious aura spread, and the pitch-black pupils gradually became unrestrained. Dianwei, Lu Bu. The end will come. Crispy horse hooves. The footsteps are dull. Bai Ye leaned against a big tree and slowly closed her eyes. In my mind, images flashed through my mind of being forced by these aristocratic families, with no way to heaven or earth. My friend died tragically, my beloved was taken away, everything he did was ruined by these aristocratic families and wealthy families. Zhao family, the Huangfu family, the Holy Empire, the gods, demons. Anger burns in the chest, hatred ferments in the mind. The corners of Bai Ye's mouth slowly outline, and his gloomy smile is exactly the same as what he will be in the next decade. Better teach me to blame the world than teach the world to blame me. Offending aristocratic families and powerful families, the whole world is enemies. Will he be afraid of this? If one day, his eyes would be filled with enemies. Then kill this Lang Lang Chinkuan. Kill the heavens and earth with fear, the gods' fear. Everyone, kill them all. The Huangfu family. Since we have encountered it, let's start the path of revenge from now on. The pain and despair you have brought me, I will pay you back bit by bit, double the amount. Now, let's pay a little interest first. Two cruel figures with a ghostly aura walked out from behind and brushed past Bai Ye. Walking towards the swarming Knight Emperor Guild players. The last General Dianwei. General Lu Bu. In the dark forest, purple-black flames rise. The blood-red ghost aura burns fiercely. One purple and one red, a completely different collision of energy fields, like burning oil, rendering the entire forest like purgatory. Fierce. Fierce. Without restraint. Obey the Lord's orders. The roar of the dead soul. Fong Tianhua slash. Ghosts and gods strike hard. The axe blade fell, and the players turned into streams of light and disappeared. Fong Tian waved his halberd, leaving traces of blood-red shadows in the void. The warhorses roar. Raise your front hooves high. A pair of crimson eyes bloomed from the gap in the helmet, and LV Bu held up the Fong Tianhua halberd, while the blood-red mist surged behind him. Condensed into a ghostly and ferocious phantom. On the orders of the Lord. You all. There is no forgiveness for killing. Ghost treading God wrath. Boom. The hooves of the horse fell, and the blood-colored ghostly shadows behind exploded. A raging blood storm instantly envelopes a radius of 100 meters. Ghost treading God fury, rare skill. Consumes the anger of ghosts and gods, knocking enemies within a radius of 100 meters away and dealing a chaotic damage of strength plus spirit x7 50% plus, consumes the anger of ghosts and gods. The skill has no cooldown time. 3728.3750 Terrifying injuries are rising one by one. Dozens of players from the Night Palace Guild were instantly killed in seconds. Bloodthirsty frenzy. The purple-black demonic aura entwined, like Dianwei, a demon god descending, waving his two-handed axes. Rampage in the crowd. Ding. You killed player XXX, ding. You killed player XXX, ding. Kill more than 50 players and obtain a temporary buff. Kill like a horse. Killing people like a clover. A special buff that increases the damage caused to players by 20% during its duration. After being killed, 3.5 pieces of equipment must be dropped. For each kill, the buff duration increases by 10 minutes. The nickname on Bai Ye's head disappeared as each player transformed into a radiance, transitioning from a faint red to a deep red. Finally, it turned into a eerie black. Puff. My mind went dizzy. You have suffered malicious damage from player, who am I, and are now in a 3-second dizziness. Several figures emerged from behind the White Knight. Your summoning creatures are very strong, but unfortunately, your mistake was to expose yourself. Behind the Knight Emperor's Guild, Huangfu Ao held his chest in both hands and his eyes remained calm and composed. There was an expression on his face that the victory was in hand. Although I don't know where you found these two summoning creatures, as long as I kill you, even the most powerful summoning creature can't exert any power. The temporary victory or defeat on the battlefield is nothing at all. His only goal is to become a leader-level boss. The life and death of some of his subordinates don't matter to him at all. He sent out more than 10 assassins to assassinate Bai Ye, and he won the game with certainty. You have suffered malicious damage from player Feilu, losing 150 health points. You have suffered malicious damage from player Popular, losing 145 health points. In the blink of an eye, the blood bar on Bai Ye's head slid directly to the valley. Why haven't you died yet? More than a dozen assassins looked at Bai Ye with confusion and shock on their faces. They each dealt a single blow, and the combined damage exceeded 2,000 points. This level of damage, even a shield battle with full stamina will result in death. Why is this guy still so lively? Done poking. Bai Ye, who had escaped from dizziness, tilted his head and looked at the group of assassins around him. The expression is playful. Then it's my turn. Dianwei. Shadow falls. A giant axe fell from the sky. Dianwei descended like a demon god and fell into the crowd. A ferocious demon emerged from behind Dianwei, with a strong demonic aura and roaring in the sky. The roar of the dead soul. Flash sale. Tickets, flowers, and other free gifts, it feels like no one is watching.